Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Walk With Me. I'm here with a very special dish. It's Kerala's own fish curry. There are varieties of fish curries in Kerala and I'm doing the one without coconut and using malabar tamarind for the sourness. You can use normal tamarind or mango or maybe dried mango for the sourness, but this malabar tamarind gives you the authentic taste. It's very easy. Let's get going. Here we are using very few ingredients, the mustard seed and fenugreek seed. And then for the powders, we'll be using just chilli powder and turmeric powder. The next ingredient is 1 medium-sized onions chopped. Here I'm using onions, but in authentic way, we should be using shallots. So if you have shallots, it's better to use that, and that gives you a much more flavorful curry. Let's move on to the next ingredients. It's garlic, around 15 pods of garlic. The garlic pods are very big, so I have sliced it into thin pieces. And then we have ginger here and curry leaves, around 5 to 6 sprigs of curry leaves. These are very important ingredients that gives the flavor for the curry. So it's better not to skip any of this. Here I'm using salmon, which I cut it into small cubes for making the curry. But you can use sardines, tuna or mackerel or any fish you like for the curry. I like sardines in this type of fish curry, and it's very common to make that sardine fish curry in our place. It's very tasty and delicious. Now the next ingredient, this is the important one. This is malabar tamarind. It's not the normal tamarind which we use. It's specially made for this fish curry. This tamarind is a bit dry, so the first step you should do before starting to make the curry is soak this tamarind in warm water. I'm making the fish curry in manchatti or earthenware, but you can do it in the normal way. It's perfectly fine, but usually in our place, in our native, we'll be making it in this earthenware and we'll keep it in overnight, and that gives you an intense flavor for the fish curry. So that's how I'm going to make today. And I've used coconut oil here. Coconut oil is what we use in Kerala for making the curry. Now the oil is hot and I'm adding 1 teaspoon of mustard seed and half teaspoon of fenugreek seed to it. Now it's time to add the curry leaves. I am adding just half of the curry leaves which I have taken. I'll be adding the rest later. Now I'm adding garlic and ginger to it, giving it a quick stir and keep it closed for a minute. You don't want the garlic and the ginger to be golden brown, but just saute it, keep it closed for 1 minute and then it will be ready. This is how we want our garlic and ginger to be. You can see that it's not golden brown, but the pieces which are at the bottom of the pan, it's having a light shade of brown. That's perfect. Now we add onions. Oops, I think that piece doesn't want to fall out. Okay, so we add the onions, give it a quick stir, and you can add the salt now. I'm adding 1 teaspoon of salt here. It's better to always add less and check the salt later. So if you want more, add it later. That's it. So I'm adding just 1 teaspoon here. I'm doing all this cooking in medium flame because the earthenware gets heated up very fast and there's a very good chance of your food getting burned if you're not careful. That's why I prefer medium flame when I cook it in earthenware. If you feel that the heat is not enough, increase it a little bit. Always keep an eye on your food so that it won't get burned, and decrease it when you feel the heat is more. Onions are sauteed well. It's time to add the powders. I'm adding half teaspoon of turmeric powder and 3 tablespoons of Kashmiri chilli powder. The 3 tablespoons of chili powder, I made it into a paste with water so that it won't get burnt. You can reduce the chili powder if you wish, but this 3 tablespoons will give you a nice color, and since it is Kashmiri chili powder, that won't be much spicy. I just washed the bowl where I made chili paste and I'm using that too. Oh, we don't want to waste any chili powder here. So give it a quick mix and let it get boiled. We need to keep it closed for some time so that we can see oil on the sides of that paste. So that's how when you know that it is cooked completely. Now it's around 2 to 3 minutes. I gave a stir in between and kept it closed for some time. Now you can see the oil on the sides of that paste. It's cooked perfectly. Don't forget the heat to be kept in medium while cooking this paste, because there is a very high chance of burning it if you are keeping it in high. I wanted to keep that paste for another 1 minute, so I just kept it open for another 1 minute. So now it's perfect. Now it's the time to add the other ingredients. We are adding the malabar tamarind, which I soaked it in warm water. So you can add both the tamarind and the water to the paste. Look at that beautiful color. It's the Kashmiri chili powder that gives you the perfect color for the curry. So don't skip that. Now is the time to add more water to it. I'm adding around 1 cup of water. And it's time to check the salt. So if you want more salt, add more to it. I have added another half teaspoon of salt. For the fish curry, chicken curry or any other non-veg curries, I prefer the salt to be a bit high than the normal vegetable curries. So that's why I added more. But it's perfectly your preference. If you don't want to add more, that's okay. Now let's boil this mixture. Once it gets boiled, it's time to add our fish. I'm adding around 900 grams of salmon, but when I cooked, I felt like the pieces are a bit more compared to the gravy. So if you want more gravy, it's better to add around 750 grams of fish. You can use any fish of your choice, and the fish should be immersed in that liquid. Let's sprinkle some curry leaves on top of it. Keep it closed and cook for another 5 minutes on high heat. After 5 minutes, you can reduce the heat to medium. In between, you can give the mixture a stir, but not with a spoon or ladle. This is how you are stirring, because you don't want to break that pieces of fish. So this is how you should stir the fish curry. Keep it closed until the fish is cooked perfectly. In between, you can stir the fish curry like this 1 or 2 times. That will be more than enough. You are keeping the heat at medium flame and cooking the fish. Our fish curry is almost ready. This is the final step. I'm adding 1 tablespoon of coconut oil to it. This step is not mandatory, but I love the flavor of coconut oil in the fish curry, and that's how we do in our native. So that's why I'm adding a 1 tablespoon of coconut oil to the curry. Let's sprinkle some curry leaves on top of it. I have switched off the stove. It's time to keep the curry closed. Let it sit there for another half an hour or 1 hour so that the curry will get settled. I'm opening the curry after 1.5 hours, so it is perfectly cooked, perfectly balanced. But the thing is, I'm not going to use this curry today. I made it in the evening and I'm going to keep it overnight. So this is next day. Now let's open it and see how it is. You can see how beautiful the curry is. It is as delicious as it looks. The fish has absorbed all the flavors. Now that even the gravy is a little bit thick compared to yesterday night. So that's it. Kerala's own fish curry is ready. I hope you enjoyed today's video. So please give it a try and give me your feedback. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel. We'll see you with another delicious recipe soon. Goodbye.